During a discussion on government status of salary negotiations for civil servants, ICT Minister Dr. Peya Mushelenga noted before the stagnant economy, government was able to increase civil servant salaries even above the inflation rate. For now, he says, despite the negative effect of economy hardships on civil servants, the focus is to ensure that they receive their salaries and remain on the job. Following union negotiations with government last year, Dr. Mushelenga reiterated that the 5% being demanded was going to cost government an additional $1.2 billion, which is unaffordable and may result in salary delays. The government has, however, offered an increment on benefits such as housing allowance for staff members below management at 14.5%, while transport allowance proposed offer is 14% for the same staff bracket.
These will not be in a position to completely remedy the situation because it is not at an inflation rate, but it is something that they will be able to add up in order to solve the problem. For example, now if you go to the housing scheme, you know 1/3 of the housing scheme is tax-free. So the benefit will be more when you have that increment on the housing scheme, if you have a house that you are paying, a bond that you are paying for, than it would have been on a salary, for example. So that's where the difference is. If you put that money on a salary, and it is taxed 100%, it is not the same as you put it on the housing scheme. At least there's some remedy towards civil servants when you put it on the housing scheme benefits.
If we do not allow the economy to recover, it means there will not be additional revenue that is going to come in. And it's going to create a lot of uncertainty that even economic activities will slow down. Now, if economic activities slow down, it means government is not going to get even the current revenue that we are getting. So it will be a question of maybe a few months or a year, and government will no longer be in a position to make good on the salaries of civil servants. In other words, government will no longer be able to pay civil servants the current salary and the old age pension that we give and the disability grant that we give. We may not be in the position to do that. And
Dr. Mushelenga says if government stretches its ability to increase salaries, the country will have more debts, which will affect future generations. He also pleaded with both parties to find a realistic consensus. Ipumbu says government is looking at more ways to support the most vulnerable populations during this period.